Today I'm here putting on the ground the peas.
So we are officially on the countdown to market.
Yay! Finally it's here, the blue sky.
Do you think our friend Andy threw the weeds in for free? That was nice of him. All right, we're here picking up another load of this compost. Would you agree with me when I say work is so much more fun when you don't have to do the work? The brilliant YouTuber that I am, my goal was to have the camera with me at market. And I'll tell you what, it crossed my mind as I got about halfway into Marquette this morning.
This morning was raining, a little raining I would say. But then afternoon the wind picked it up really bad. But not too bad, but it's a little windy. Today I'm here putting on the ground the peas. So because they are a little tall. All right, first trace in the ground. So now the peas are on the ground. Now let's go cross the finger so we don't see any more bad weather. But maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be it's gonna be a little windy. I think from the north. But the temperature say it will be around 50. I hope so anyway. So now I'm doing this. I'm putting the T-posts so I can later tomorrow another day bring the string to trellis in this thing.
So we are officially on the countdown to market. It is Wednesday. Our first market is on Saturday. But of course now we're doing the make sure everything works and is clean. Jose, what are you working on?
I'm making this trailer right.
Yeah. So we hooked up the trailer this morning because she's not working. And did you get it working? Oh, it is working?
Now it's working.
Oh, he is so good. It's so nice to have somebody on the farm who can take care of those sorts of projects.
Yep. The light is working.
Nice. So yeah, it was not working this morning, so he changed out some electrical and now it's working. What I am working on is the farm kitchen needs cleaning. So I'm in there, I clean out all of the bins right before market, get everything put back on the shelves because it's been sitting all winter. So it's not a fun project, but we do have some people probably stopping by for starts later today, so I have to be available. And so being in the farm store, well, our farm store is open every Wednesday from 3 to 6. This is not the first official day, but members are probably coming today. So I have to be available. And so cleaning bins is a great way to stay close to the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what are you going to work on?
I had to put everything back.
Oh, he's got to clean up. All right. And we're going to try to go get compost tonight from a neighbor because we need to get the onion beds ready, which means we need broken down compost.
Yep.
And ours is not ready for onions.
No.
Yeah. So, okay, here we go. As you can see behind me, the totes are now all clean and drying on the shelves, which is very exciting. The next thing I need to do today to get ready is get all of these shelves cleaned off and all of these tables wiped down and everything cleaned off of them. So when we get to harvesting on Friday, we're all clean and ready to go. I don't have to worry about doing these kind of basic things. I can just get everything clean and sanitized and ready to go. All right, feels really good to have this project done and out of the way. I'm excited. So now this sink will eventually need a really good scrub down, cleaning, and sanitize, but we can't use it yet because we don't have any of the drains fitted. So the water would just all go right on the floor. Not cool. So we'll continue to use our small sink for this first harvest, but the tables are clean, and now all I do the morning of harvest is I come in and I wipe down all the tables and sanitize everything. So we are one step closer to market. I also took a minute and cleaned out my market bag, which carries all of the market stuff I need for market. So that's cleaned out, ready to go, and organized. There's just a few more small projects I want to do. I need to update our signs, and we need to get the trailer cleaned out because it hasn't been swept out since last year, so that needs to be done. Just a bunch of small projects, but we're very close.
Yay! Finally it's here, the blue sky. we've been seeing a lot of bad weather here. Cold days, another north wind, a lot of north wind, and but finally here it feels like a real spring. Well, today I will working here in this single bed here because cabbages, broccoli, and other thing needs to go in the ground. Needs to put in the ground, whatever. Yeah, but first I need to put a little compost, give a little more nutrition to the soil, and then I will put the plastic. This one here, and later today I gonna start working on the onions bed because the onions, they are screaming and say, "Ah, we are ready to go on the ground." I feel like, I think they feel the spring. They can feel the spring. All right, it's a little windy, and the peas, they are dry for the last cool night, and they see okay. I thought it would be more damaged because yesterday was so windy, especially from the north, and cold, and I thought, oh man, it was a bad idea to put on the ground, but they look okay. Okay, let's go work. Alright, now we're gonna need two grid tapes here for this bed. Now this is ready to transplant in the cabbages and other things that I don't remember what other thing is gonna be here, but something. Okay, it's lunch time, So I'm gonna take a break and then we're going to pick it up some manures or compost from our neighbors. So that's gonna be for the onions, and maybe it's gonna be for onions and corn. All right.
Cat or sheep manure.
This is for some farmers this is gold.
It is gold. Well, it's gold for us for sure. So we are going over to a neighbor's house and picking up compost. So this is partially composted sheep manure.
Yep.
So we're just unloading the trailer here, and we're taking advantage of the Mini X to unload. Just pulling it out of the trailer because it's heavy and wet. So it's pretty broken down though.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there for at least a year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think we can use for
It's just very wet.
yeah.
Very wet.
Don't smell bad. So.
No, it doesn't. It smells very earthy.
Yeah.
So, all right, he's just gonna get this out of here, and we'll take advantage of a borrowed Mini X as long as we can.
This is not our
No, it's definitely not ours. Definitely not ours. A farm our size can't afford an excavator. Just saying. Do you think our friend Andy threw the weeds in for free? That was nice of him. We always appreciate more weeds here on the farm.
Yeah. Well, he probably here.
Thank you, Andy.
He probably here we are almost free weed in the farm.
Yeah, we're nearly weed free. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine. Every farm should have extra dandelions. All right, load number 3. All right, we're here picking up another load of this compost. So this is our friend's property, and they are currently selling. If you want to live by us, I think it's a 20-acre piece. It's got a nice barn right here. It's got a garage in front of that, and the house is in front of that, and then it's got all this beautiful pasture. And then it's got this fence pasture up here. It's a nice property. We were just talking about if we weren't so set on our property and hadn't put in all the fruit trees, we'd probably consider this place. We love it. But alas, we have what we have. All right, you ready to get some sheep manure? All right, there we have it. Our little trailer can't carry very much. Luckily, this is just a block, about a mile from our house, so it's nice and close. This time we got grass.
What's that?
Jose,
Hello.
would you agree with me when I say work is so much more fun when you don't have to do the work? It's definitely more fun.
Yeah.
All right, we just have to shovel this out and one more load. We've decided we're gonna go get one more load. We were just gonna do 3, but it's going so much easier than we thought.
Oh
so
yeah.
We're gonna.
That will be take forever.
Yeah.
But no.
No.
Kid?
All right, so we're gonna get one more load.
Yeah.
If the tires will hold up.
Yeah, we are crossing the finger.
Yeah, hopefully we don't blow a tire. This trailer we bought our first year it's a good trailer. We bought it for really inexpensive, but it probably needs tires pretty bad. We only usually use it on farm. We don't take it anywhere. It's just good for moving stuff around, storing stuff. All right, we're here. T-1 day to market and counting. I don't really know what that even means, but we have 1 day left. So today we have to harvest. We also have to get the trailer cleaned out. Of course, it's raining right now. It was supposed to be 70 and beautiful today, but it's more like 40 and rainy. Hopefully later today it warms up. But we're gonna get the harvest done. First though, I always on harvest day clean all of the tables off and then come through and sanitize them all. So that's what I'm gonna get done now. This sink is still not being used, so I'm not gonna touch it or mess with it. But that table, this table, and this table will all get cleaned. And then the sink up at the front, I don't know that you can see it, but that will get cleaned and sanitized because that's where we wash our vegetables currently. Everything's now clean and ready to go. I'm gonna harvest today spinach, salad mix, bib lettuces, full-size head lettuces. I think we have a red butterhead and a green butterhead. Then I can probably do kale and Swiss chard. We don't have any radishes this week, but we do have the salad turnips, bok choys, and then I may also harvest some small Napa cabbages. So that's the plan for harvesting today. Jose is responsible for the root crops, so he will do the salad turnips, and I'll take care of everything else.
Whew. Another date, another project. So we want to try to put the onions in the ground this weekend, maybe Sunday, maybe on Sunday. We want to try to fill it up, maybe 2 beds. But first I had to run a 2-wheel tractor to try to smooth the soil, and then I will put compost, and then the drip tapes. All right, that's gonna be my project for today and tomorrow. Let's go see how far I can get it. But it's windy. It is windy today. The good news is south wind. It's gonna be warm, around 70 today afternoon and tomorrow too. So it's gonna be good days to work today and tomorrow. All right, let's go start work. This is the compost. So now I'm going to run in the 2-wheel tractor to mix the compost with the soil. I think that's it for today, because it is harvesting day. Tomorrow is the first day for farmer market in market. So I think I will. I think I'm done here for today. We'll continue tomorrow with the water lines, drip tapes, and the plastic. And then we'll be ready for transplanting onions on Sunday. Yay! First farmer market.
First day. It was a good day. The brilliant YouTuber that I am, my goal was to have the camera with me at market. And I'll tell you what, it crossed my mind as I got about halfway into Marquette this morning, that's a half-hour drive for us. So I couldn't run home and get the camera. So it never happened. I apologize. But I will try to bring the camera to next week's market so you can see our setup. We had a good first day though. The weather, it has
Yeah.
been so cold and miserable, and it was 70 and beautiful
Yeah.
in Marquette. So people are thinking about planting. It wasn't our biggest opening day ever, but that one was 2 years ago, and if I remember right, it was just an incredible first day, and it was closer to planting season. This year's just been so cold, I think people
Yeah.
aren't quite ready to plant.
Oh, especially it's not the summer is not really here. The next week is gonna be
Yeah,
cold.
and there's still snow on the ground in parts
yeah.
of the UP. Some people were shoveling driveways still to get to like the week before market to clear because they just hadn't left their houses. We know some people who don't leave their house.
Mm-hmm.
But we have it was an incredible start to the market. I'm very excited that it went so well. And the more and longer we do market, the better friends and people we have. And there was another woman, Emily, who helped us out today.
Mm-hmm.
She just had sent me a message a couple of weeks back, asked if we wanted to help.
Yeah.
And when I saw how warm the weather was for this first day, I said, please come help us because we need...
Oh.
It's so, especially during plant start season, because we're helping and answering a lot of questions. But the truth is, Betsy today handled almost all of the plant starts.
Good.
I handled most of the members, and Emily took care of the people that were buying veggies. So it worked out very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the new members, we have several new members this year. So they came by today to check in and see what we have going on. And a lot of course, returning members were back. It was just a great day.
Yeah.
I really love what we do.
Yeah.
And I think going to market just reminds me.
Yeah, it's nice to be there.
Yeah. So anyway, because I didn't take you to market, I thought I would talk for a minute about what it takes when I come back from market. So Jose's working on our onion beds. He says no more excuses. He's got to get the plastic put on it because tomorrow we have to get our onions in the ground. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
So he's working on that. So we'll let him get back to work.
Oh, okay.
All right. And I want to just talk briefly about what happens when I come home from market on Saturdays. So Saturday is an extremely long day for me because we get up around 4:30 for me to make us a cup of coffee and then get the truck packed. And of course, on the first market, it takes us a little bit longer than it normally does because you're scrambling on a few things or trying to remember what you need to bring. And although we're pretty prepared by this point, after several years of doing it, still, I keep a big old long list of everything to make sure I bring everything to market so I don't forget anything. But when I come back from market, this is one of the things I didn't realize is I thought, oh, yay, you'll go to market. But what you don't think about is when we get back, especially this time of year, all of the plant starts have to get put away and watered because a lot of them have dried out over the course of the day between traveling in the truck and sitting at market all day. I think today we sold about 6 to 6.5 trays worth of starts, which is a really good day for us. A banner day is when we sell about half of our market starts. So if we bring 24 trays, it's nice to sell ideally between 9 and 12 trays. Sometimes we come home with just 6 to 8 trays. Those are very rare days, and usually it happens like the last week of May is when people are really starting to think about planting. It's still way too early up here for people to be planting outside, especially for tomatoes and peppers and squash and those kind of things. So we sold more of the broccoli and onions and those kind of things today. But when I get home, so you've already watched me wash all of the totes earlier this week and get them dried and put up on here. But when I get home from markets on Saturday, the thing we do is we clean out the refrigerators. So we always keep the refrigerators here stocked. So every Saturday I pull everything out of the refrigerator, clean all the bins, and swap out the vegetables. So I know everything is new in there and hasn't been sitting in the refrigerator for several weeks. So anything that's in there usually goes out to the chickens unless it's something I know I just harvested or something like summer squash that lasts, a little bit longer, or cucumbers. Those get all cleaned out. All of the trays get cleaned and put on the shelves to dry. And then any vegetables that we're bringing back from market that were fresh harvested in the last 24 hours will go into the fridge to stock the fridge. And then when we do Monday's harvest and Wednesday's harvest is when we try to restock the refrigerators because we know those vegetables are fresh and nice. So yeah, that makes sure that all the refrigerators are cleaned out. And once that's done, then I pull all the totes out of the trailer and start washing them each individually. Now today, for example, I think we maybe brought 6 or 7 totes of lettuces and bok choys and all of that to market. When we coming back, I have 1 tote of stuff we never put on the table, so that will go into the refrigerators because it's, you know, it was never sitting out on the tables. And then I have just a few things sitting in a tote that had been out on the tables at the market, and those will just get thrown to the chickens. It's not, I don't try to save like lettuce heads or whatever, even if they're kind of nice, if they've already been on the table. It's just being out in that heat and then going back in the refrigerator. It's not the quality that I want to be giving to our members. I think we talked a few videos ago about how we had applied for a grant, and the grant we applied for is 2 walk-in coolers, because right now our cooler system is 3 refrigerators and we don't have the space. Last year we lost a bunch of broccoli because we couldn't bring it in off the field. These 2 coolers will provide storage space for us to allow us to store a lot of things a lot longer than we would have the capacity to do at this point. We just don't have the space. And these refrigerators are also our our farm store. So I don't want, you know, I'd like to be able to keep them utilized just for that and have a separate space where we're putting in the totes for things that are going to market or that we're storing. So the last thing I have to wash out are all of our display containers that we use at market. They don't get really dirty, but I like to have everything clean and prepped for market so that when I get to market, I'm not like grossed out. And if you've ever had, like a lot of times I've got lettuces in these, and if we stack them together and they don't get washed and dried, you pull them apart after a few days. It's not pretty. All right, truck and trailer are completely unloaded. I'm gonna get all these totes cleaned out, get this other stuff back into the refrigerator, and call it a day. So I talked a little bit ago about how anything that's been sitting out on the table, this doesn't include things like squashes and things that last a lot longer, but for any of our greens that wilt really fast in the warm temperatures, we don't keep them when we get home if that we're sitting out on the table. So I just wanted to show you how few things we brought home today from market that we will not try to sell again. So a lot of this will get thrown to the chickens. I just throw it out over the hill for them. But also I have to make dinner tonight, so there are some beautiful Napa cabbages in here that were out on the table. So they're just slightly wilty, but this will make for a very good curry tonight. And then also we have bok choys that were sitting out on the table. They're just a little bit wilty. So we'll use them for ourselves, which will get down, you know, if I put this in a stir fry for tonight, we really only have a couple of badly wilted lettuce heads. Let me set these somewhere. So we have some lettuce heads in here that are, I mean, they won't even freshen up if I put them in the refrigerator with some water. And frankly, the quality of vegetables I like to have available isn't necessarily something that someone's going to put in their fridge and is going to not be good after 48 hours. I want to make sure that people can put these into a sealed bag in the refrigerator and that they'll last for a couple of weeks. So the rest of this in here is all just a few bib lettuces, some bok choys, a couple of things that we have a lot of to harvest still, and I'm not going to be able to sell it. So it's just a couple of items. The chickens and ducks will enjoy these leafy greens. Okay, that's it for my market day. I think I just put 2 Napa cabbages, a couple of lettuces, and a couple of bok choy into the refrigerator that were left over from market today. That's very good. And then I threw out, 5 or 6 lettuces and maybe a couple of bok choys and a couple of Napa cabbages. So basically everything we harvested today, which was quite a bit, got sold. And then of course I kept a few things out for dinner, but that's one of the rights of being a farmer, right?